Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a super fun video. At least it's fun for me. I'm going to be doing the 2017 Face Awards. These are going to be some of my favorite products this year that have been released. I mean, some of them weren't released this year. They were released before that, but I just loved them this year extra. So I'm just going to basically walk you through a full face of everything that I have, from brushes all the way to setting sprays. So I really hope that you guys enjoy, and let's get to it. So the first product I'm going to start with is going to be primer, and actually it is a primer duo. Like, using these two primers together is really actually making a difference in my makeup. I really notice it. It makes my foundation stay longer. It makes it look prettier, more radiant. I really love it. So the first thing is the Professional Pearl Primer. This is the like sister, if you will, of the Professional. This is the Radiant Finish one. This fills in my pores. It looks like I don't have pores. This is great. Fantastic. Highly would recommend. Next, I mix in the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Oil. I know it looks like I have barely used any of it, but how I use it is, so I take this out, I pump out all the liquid that's in there, and then take that last little drop that just comes out, and that's all I use for my whole face. Just because it's an oil, like, I don't really want to apply too much oil underneath my makeup, or else it's just going to be slipping and sliding everywhere. So I just use very, very, very small amount of this, but mixing these two together, yes, it is fantastic. Next, foundation. I'm going to have to give it to Huda Beauty. I love their Faux Filter foundation. This is awesome. Totally full coverage. It fixes anything. It looks awesome in pictures. It really does look like you have a filter on your face. It's fantastic. Next is concealer. I really, really love the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. Mine is in the shade Custard. I feel like everyone and their mama uses the shade Custard, but I really like it. It works for my skin color, and yeah, I really like it. Next is going to be setting powder. And it is the Laura Mercier Translucent Setting Powder. I really like this. I just started using it this year, and 10 out of 10 would highly recommend. Next is going to be bronzer. The bronzer that I really, really like, I've used this last year, the year before, like, I've been using this for a long time, is the Hoola Benefit Bronzer. It's the perfect shade for my skin. It's super, like, kind of cool tone, but also warm tone. It's kind of like a mix of both. At least that's what I think. I don't know. Some people say it's too cool. Some people say it's too warm. I think it's a perfect mix of both, and I really like it. Next is, this is so dirty, but the mascara that I don't use right now because I have false eyelashes, but my favorite mascara was the L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise Mascara. Fantastic. It was a dupe for the Better Than Sex mascara, but I think that one was even better, actually. Like, I really truly do. Next is blush. This, I always say, it comes in separately. I got this in a little, like, holiday kit or whatever, but it comes separately. The Tarte Amazonian Clay Amazed Blush. I really love this blush. I like pink blushes, and I like a lot of pink blush. I really like blush. I think it's super pretty, and I really like it. Sorry, my card was full. That, like, I have a 62 gigabyte card, like SD card, I think, so it never gets full, and then when it does, it, like, cuts off halfway between a video because I trust my card that it's not going to get full, and then it gets full. So anyways, my favorite highlighter this year has been the MAC Soft and Gentle Highlighter. It's really not a chunky glitter that you can see on your face. It's really just like a soft sheen of shine, I guess you could say. Like, it's not chunky, but it's shiny, and it looks super pretty, and I feel like that's the kind of highlighters that I like. I don't really like super chunky highlighters. Another highlighter that I really like is actually a liquid highlighter, so I feel like this is kind of a different category. This is the Marc Jacobs Remarkable, sorry I gotta look, Do You Dewdrops. That's super pretty. It's a super intense highlighter, like, look at that. Look at it. It's super intense. Like, when I saw it in the store, I really didn't think it was that intense, and I was like, oh yeah, I can mix that in with my foundation. I don't think you can. Like, it's just so, it's so bright. It's like, it's crazy. It's blinding. Like, I put it on my shoulders and it looks super pretty, but you can only put a very little bit on like the high points of your face, or else it's too much, but this is really pretty. Next, my favorite eyeshadow palette, this is by far super easy to pick, is the Jaclyn Hill palette. Just because of the assortment of colors. Like, look at that. Like, I haven't seen another palette like this. Unless it's from Morphe. Morphe has really good assortment of colors in their palettes. Like, I don't know. Usually palettes are all brown or all orange or all red. Like, Morphe also does have that, but it's, I don't know, they also have a great assortment. Like, this is just great. Like, it's everywhere from red to blue. Like, you need this. This is so good. If you get one thing from this video, it's this. I love this. This is so good. So good. Okay, I'll stop now. Next is for setting spray. I don't really use it that often, if I'm being honest. I mean, I like using it, but I just don't use it that often. I just don't. And this one is my favorite. It's the Cover FX Mattifying Setting Spray. This is kind of tricky to learn how to use, I guess, because you have to shake it. Okay, there. Like, a lot until it can start working. When you hear these balls, like, when you hear that, like, it sounds like a spray paint, that's when it's ready to be used, because there's clay in here, which I didn't even know that. So there's clay that when you shake it, the clay gets all mixed up in there, and then it's a mattifying setting spray, which it works a lot better if you shake it up and use the actual clay that's in there, because I feel like it settles to the bottom, and that's why those like little metal balls are so hard to get out of there, because they're like stuck to the clay. That's just my logic. I really don't know if that's actually what happens. I just feel like that's what happens. Okay, the last things is face and eye brushes. I have one face brush and one eye brush. This was pretty hard for me, but they're both high-end brushes. You don't need high-end brushes. I feel like they're just, it's overrated. Like, you can get a low-rated, not a low-rated, but a not as expensive Amazon gift kit, and it can give you like 50 brushes for 20 bucks. And that's what I used to do. I would buy the ones that are like, here, let me see. I have some right here. Like, all of these matching brushes, and there was like, I think it was like a set of 50, and it came in this big foldable thing. I used these for like 3 or 4 years, and I still have them. Some of them, not all of them. And I still use them. They work great. So honestly, if you're starting off with makeup, just get one of those packs on Amazon. They're fantastic, and they're not expensive, and they're totally worth your money. Like, you'll use them forever. But the two high-end brushes that I really like and a little bit indulged in this year was the powder brush that I use is the Kat Von D powder brush in, it just says 20 on it. I don't know if you see that, but there's like little 20 on there. This is so good. Like, it is so good. It's just a powder brush. You can use any powder brush, but this one just makes me feel luxurious when I'm using it. Like, I know that's so stupid, but like, it's so pointy on the end. It's just so soft. It just feels so good. It makes me happy. And the other brush, this is ridiculously overpriced, and you do not need it by any means, but I really like it for transition shades, is the Bobbi Brown Eye Blender brush. Like, it's just so fluffy. Like, no other brush that I have flings up like that. Oh, some powder came off, but like, that's crazy. It's just like so soft, and it's, oh, this is just such a good brush. Like, I'm getting so passionate about these two brushes, but they're so good. I mean, if you have the money to spend, get them. But if you don't, like, don't worry about it. There's so many other brushes you can get that are so much, they're almost the same quality. I mean, like, it doesn't do that, but they're almost the same quality, and they're just like literally 1/8 of the price. It's just, they're really not that they're not worth it. This is confusing. They're really not like, you have to spend your money on them, but I just really like them, and I think that they're something luxurious that you can have. Anyways, I feel like that was just, you know, my favorite products this year that I really like to use. I have a couple goals, especially for YouTube. I want to get some subscribers. I mean, I only have like 35, but I mean, I love all the 35 of you. I really want to try and grow and maybe get like, I want to say like 100, but I want to achieve that sooner. But I want to have at least 100, which that seems like such a weak goal. I don't know, 1,000. I'll make it 1,000. My goal for the end of 2018 is to have 1,000 subscribers. So I'm going to make this video at the end of 2018 with my favorite products of 2018, and we're going to see how many subscribers I have. Okay? Let's see, 1,000. You 35 of you now, thank you. I love you all. Let's get to 1,000. That would be so good. So share, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video next year. Bye.